One thing that can be confusing is if you feel both anxious and depressed, or low or flat, because you think, which is it? Am I anxious? Am I depressed? Is it both? How do I tell? Let's talk about why they can look very similar, why one can provoke the other and the other way around, and why they can be very similar in terms of the causes as well. Let's define them first of all. Depression. Depression is best defined as feeling hopeless or helpless. So I can't see a way out or a way forward, which completely saps my energy and my motivation, and it makes me think, well, what's the point? However, if we're defining this sense of not being able to see a way out, which is why I've put this in the middle, no way out, that will also make you feel anxious. So you might be depressed or be in the middle of a depressive episode, but you might spend a lot of your time feeling tense, worrying about how am I going to resolve this problem, and sort of swinging from what am I going to do, what am I going to do, down to I can't do anything, and feeling really flat again. Hence, two can come together. Anxiety we mostly describe as tension or feeling afraid that might be limited to a certain situation, like social anxiety, it's going to happen when I'm around other people, or it might be a more general sense of it happening all the time. Let's talk first of all about the kind of causes and how it might provoke both, or how the same situation could provoke one or the other. So if we think about work stress, so losing your job or unfair work pressure, health, so if there's an ongoing health problem that's kind of stopping you from doing the things you want to do, or you haven't got an answer to it yet, financial issues, relationship breakdowns or relationship problems, or loss. If we take loss for an example, loss doesn't only cause depression and sadness, it can also affect the way that you see things. So if you lose somebody, it might affect your worldview, thinking, what if it happens to me? And that might make you feel really anxious for yourself or for your family. If it's work, that might really make you feel depressed if you've lost your job, like I can't see a way that I'm ever going to resolve this. Or if it affects my self-worth, I might feel like I've failed, and that might make me feel depressed. But it might also just make me feel really anxious. How am I going to resolve this? What am I going to do? Responsibility for other people, so in terms of the stuff inside you, if you have a great sense of responsibility for other people, that can lead you to feel really depressed because you always feel like you're letting people down, or it can lead you to feel really anxious because it's how am I going to make sure that everybody's okay. Expectations of yourself is similar. Either I'll feel really anxious about making sure how am I going to make sure that I meet these expectations, or I'm always failing them, what's wrong with me, I'm useless. Both. Let's talk about what they look like and how they affect each other as well. So the classic thing within depression is exhaustion and feeling low and flat and wanting to withdraw. However, if you withdraw a lot, what that leaves you with is suddenly I haven't seen people for a while, I don't know how to explain that, and I end up feeling anxious about seeing people. Or the other way around, let's say you're having panic attacks. So I'm having panic attacks, I'm feeling tense, I avoid stuff, and before I know it, I've not really got a life. I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything. The natural reaction to that is to feel flat and to feel depressed.